Hey folks, it's Mad Rabbit, and I am back in Medieval Minecraft Creations, and yes, I am going to quickly show you all the work I've done on the on our arena. Doesn't look like it from out here, maybe it did much, but it was quite a bit of work. I mean, it was tons of work, I should say. Several hours worth. Worked on the other day. Um, so without further ado, I'm really going to show you mainly just the bottom level, because most of it was some of the work I was doing before that. You saw that a lot of this was obsidian before, so I decided to use this nether, what do you call that, nether stone, nether brick. Yeah, I started to use this nether brick just because it seemed to go better with these the lamps that we're using now. And because things are a little bit different on the two long sides, on both sides, you're going to see some differences like in the posts, but ultimately it doesn't really matter. So, like for this reason, I didn't put the lamps on the tops on this side because the inner posts for some of them didn't line up and some did. Like in this case, this thing was here. The the uh, the tapestry, or the what we got, the banner. So I did banners on both sides. Did a little bit different design than what you saw last episode. Changed it up. So I don't know, came out pretty good. Used a little bit of an accent on some of these other things with the nether brick also. I'll just go in here really quickly. I use some of the stairs up in some spots here. In this area here where we have the spawners in, or we used to have the spawners in, I have these things lit up on the outside. And some of this has not been done yet. I forgot this. I'll show you this on the other one. I gotta fix that later. I'll fix that later. And some of them actually aren't done yet. I'm noticing now. Yeah, this one here isn't finished. But at any rate, the placing of the lamps alone was very tedious. Yeah, this is what I was doing around these stairs, and I didn't do it around that one. So just trying to use, rather than using torches, using lamps. Still had to use a few torches here and there. I'm gonna remove some of them. And these designs here for those spawner boxes, they're not all the same. I just sort of did it's sort of the same, you know. And as you see up there, just the same pillar design. I did leave torches up on some of them, on the sides that really where you couldn't do the thing because it didn't line up properly. Some of them it didn't. And on the front here, I just did a different design there. I reworked the roadway so it sort of blends in a little more. It's more of a design. Made windows on the bottom now too. Let me show you the other side really quickly. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this project was way bigger than I had thought. I didn't think this was going to be as big as the cathedral was, and honestly, it almost seems like it's a more complicated. It almost seems like it was more complicated than the cathedral was. The cathedral was a lot of work though, but this thing here, I don't know. This might have taken the cake. So we'll pull back here just so you see it. So it is even, but the other side is obviously completely different. So yeah, put the little accent things in again. Different types of pillars on these sides. Each of the little holding areas for the gladiators was revamped a little bit so that these things are on the other side also. So we have some light in here. Okay, what else? I need to show you this, and I think that's about it for the arena. I did put some design work in here, made like two sort of thrones. I guess they're thrones, so they can kind of look down. You get a pretty good view, so it's not too bad. What do you think? Yeah, okay. He thinks it's pretty good. And what did I do? Yeah, behind it, it's sort of like another banner. But I might rework that a little bit. And I redid these. I did all the corners now, as you can see, with that same design. But you have one side blue, one side red. And as far as the arena goes, it's pretty much done, except for the fact I might go in and do some stuff on the floor. The floor is a little boring, and I may trim I may trim this all in either the lanterns or trim it in some other darker, maybe like a dark wood or something, just so it doesn't like it clashes with the floor being too much of the same stuff. So that doesn't work. I was thinking maybe putting some of these lamps like in a line along the middle, but because we're not really quite in the middle, and I did move this thing over. I just haven't done this yet. I think this is the next thing I'm gonna work on. And today we're going to work a little bit on this building over there, and this will probably be next, but I might do most of it off the air, so I don't know. So I think I didn't show you this last time. We did some work here. I did those little things, maybe more merchant stuff, setting up their shops here. And the inside of this is sort of I'm sort of trying to do a similar thing with this that I did with the other the arena. So what I think I'm still gonna do is some things like this. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna decorate in here. I'm gonna set up the walls. I'll have to make some sort of a top to this. This here again, nothing done yet in here. I probably will just put some posts in, and try to just figure out what we're gonna do here. I really don't know. Yeah, how you doing, guys? Wow, this place just spawns on like crazy. Yeah, okay. Let's see, what else? I think that's it. Oh, and I'm doing some landscaping work. I'm going to show you that really quickly. So let me pause here when I get to the location. Okay, so here's the arena, as you see. And on the wall over here, I started to do some terraforming. It's not complete yet. Things look a little generico looking. I'm going to do some touch-up work. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up having the water go right up to the edge of these towers, mainly because it's for security reasons. And I was mentioning this sort of last time, but so some of this terraforming work I might just get rid of. I did a lot of this with the editor. Okay, so yeah, basically made the water go right up, and these were here previously. And basically they just now have beachfront property. So basically a lot of what I did was, even though I didn't render in the chunks, I sort of made my own mountains and hills, put my own grass in. And so we have the big line that was here, that was just basically a straight line. I basically just went in there, randomized it a little bit, breaking apart, well, by hand. So it is pretty rough doing that, but as you see here, it's just sort of vaguely where the line was. So it blends in a little bit better now. I did have to go into a lot of these hills. There's just a lot of messy stuff there. I still have to go back and do some more. Obviously, a lot of decoration has to be done on these docks. Maybe some more cranes, some more warehouses like this. Remember, this used to be in the old castle area. This warehouse. Yeah. So most of my work over the day, several hours, was kind of randomizing this line to not be so much of a line. But eventually we get to the end of the fortress area. This is where the line is. So I guess if I want to, I could just delete these chunks here, and it would maybe be more of a swamp as we go in there. Or I can make my own coast here. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet. Here, yeah, this is sort of like, this is where I have the dilemma right now, and I'm trying to figure it out. So the natural landscape is just going to be all water with some swampiness around it. And I deleted that huge mountain that was here, and the tunnel and all that. But I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do here yet. Because we had the aqueduct over here. I had this huge thing, this huge mountain with a little river going off of it. And it sort of made sense that that's where you're getting your water supply from, So if you know where the aqueduct is, it's down there. It's empty right now. because we raised landscape. But what we have to do is I have to come up with maybe another mountain type here. Make something of my own, perhaps. I don't know. Or I can copy that old mountain back in. I'm thinking I'm going to take just a big solid block of stone and just carve my own. And just put some dirt layers on top of it with the editor. Because this is, like you see here, this is where the wall kind of went into the mountains previously. So I think a huge mountain right here would be in order. Cover up some of this water, obviously. But then it goes into the natural landscape and some of the other landscaping work we have to do between the two, the old and the new castle, which, I don't know. So, I guess I need some direction here. Oh, well, like if I should just do a big, huge mountain here or not. Which I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do. I just have to make sure that I really don't want to cover that wall up. I just have to make sure I'm careful about that. And about blending this in a little bit more in this area. Because I could basically just have it all go, have the mountain kind of cover this whole area here. Until the road would just go into the edge of the mountain and we can maybe have some underground stuff at some later point or something. Now the thing here is, what do I want to do? I mean, this is the old landscape that was rendered in the previous from previous patches, but because it's like a new, you know, because now we're at a later patch. If I were to delete these chunks here, basically this swamp would kind of come over this way. So I guess what I want to do is our major coastway is here. So what should we do? Should I delete these and have that this swamp blend in a little, maybe a little more naturally, or just maybe make my own coast there or something, like I was doing in the other area? So let me know. I think this has already gone on too long just showing you all this stuff, so I guess I'll have to make 2 episodes out of this. I was going to go back and work on that one building there that I showed you earlier. So I'm going to end this one, even though it's a short one. It's going to be sort of a 2-parter, where I'm actually doing building in the next one, hopefully. So just leave your comments about some of this landscaping work I'm doing here. I'm going to take it, one day at a time. Just go simple, a little bit here, a little bit there. I'm not going to try and kill myself, do too much at once. But I think the one that had to get done the most was the one that was on the coast here. So everything blended into the castle. You know what I mean? This is the area, basically. This whole line here had to be done. So, all right. Well, this is Mad Rabbit signing off. Catch you next time, folks. Adios.